7 o'clock. It looks like the Associated Press has already called the race in South Carolina.
Yeah, in all of my time being a reporter here in almost 20 years, I have never seen the AP call a race this quickly. Now, as we know, in the last couple of presidential elections, there has been issues with the vote. There has been issues at different precincts, and for some time, it took hours at certain precincts to get the vote called. So this is kind of unprecedented that at 7:04, the race has been called. But here's what's at stake. We are talking about 50 delegates here in South Carolina. Of course, we have 46 counties. 50 delegates are to be given out. They give 29 delegates to the winner in the state, and then 3 delegates, Darcy, go to the leader in each of our 7 congressional districts.
As you can see for yourself on that map, it shows zeros across the board, and that's because polls have been closed for less than 5 minutes. But when the Associated Press calls these races this early, it's primarily based off of exit polls and what people believe or what experts believe people voted like with early voting. And so we know there's early voting across South Carolina that ended on Thursday. More than 200,000 people participated, exercised their right to early voting in the Republican primary. You compare that to the total number of people who voted in the Democratic Party, and that number across the state was only 131,000 voters. So 70,000 more people in South Carolina participated in early voting in the GOP primary than total number that showed up to vote for Joe Biden.
Yeah, pretty incredible. Like Darcy said, before we even went in today, more than 200 voters in South Carolina had already cast their ballot, which is perhaps a reason why the AP has called this so quickly. But again, 50 delegates at stake, 29 will be awarded to the winner. And if you want to know where the delegates stand right now, they are 63 for Trump and 17 for Haley. Is this a live look?
This is not a live look unless that's what we're about to hear from.
This is
it is a live look. Okay, all right, let's listen in to the former president.
This is at the South Carolina State Fairgrounds.
This was a little sooner than we anticipated. It was an even bigger win than we anticipated. And I was just informed that we got double the number of votes that has ever been received in the great state of South Carolina. So that's pretty good. So it's a record times 2. And there's something going on in the country. Some really great things are going on. You look outside and you see all of the horror. You see millions and millions of people coming across the border illegally. We don't know where they come from. They come from jails. They come from prisons. They come from all sorts of places that we don't want to know. They come from mental institutions.
All right, well, we heard Donald Trump speaking live there. You saw Governor McMaster standing behind him. You saw Pamela Yvette standing behind him, and one of his daughters-in-law was also standing behind him. Our own News 19's Nate Stanley is out there. Donald Trump speaking live at the State Fairgrounds. Let's check in with Nate.
Yeah, Andrea, that's right. Just a lot of energy right now in the last 5 minutes as former President Donald Trump has taken the podium and is speaking right now. As you mentioned, the AP called the poll not too long after 7 p.m. This place absolutely erupted when that news came through. It's been completely filled, full of media, full of supporters here. If you can't tell behind me, a lot of energy coming in today. Just speaking with some supporters today, said they're excited for a change, and they think Donald Trump could be the one to do it. We're going to bring you updates all night long from here at the State Fairgrounds. Reporting in Columbia, Nate Stanley, News 19, WLTX.